Hey everyone, it's Angel again. Welcome back to my channel. I just want to work in my traveler's notebook today. I don't know if I know I did like a little mini flip through of this, but I don't really do anything like serious in here. I mean, I always say that, but I don't do anything serious ever. But when I got my traveler's notebook, I kind of was really jumping on the bandwagon, so to speak. I really wasn't sure what I was going to use it for. I think I just thought I would use it for sketching while I was out and about, you know, to bring with me, which I do, but not as much as lately. What I have been using it for is actually like a visual diary, you know, and it's like little simple things. I know, you know, it would be nice to have like all this writing of like, you know, stories of my, you know, exciting life, but I'm sure it's no surprise to you guys, my life is not that exciting. But I've always been the sort of person who really gets excited and really likes to celebrate like the little teeny tiny things, you know, like the little stuff of life, like little teeny tiny things that happen, like, you know, like here, back in June, the weather, it's super hot here, like, you know, it's in the hundreds every single day, and it was probably in the 90s that day, but it was a lot cooler. And so in the morning, I took the dogs for a walk, and, you know, I was still new here, so I was able to explore my neighborhood a little bit, and I just wanted to capture some of the beautiful cacti. Is it cacti when it's plural, or cactus when it's plural? I'm thinking cacti. Anyway, so yeah, and like that's pretty much how I journal in my traveler's notebook. You know, my husband and I bought a really pretty box of succulents, and they were so beautiful, so I just wanted to document that, like even something little, like, you know, this is my very favorite sap green, and it's a student grade, you know. Yeah, you know, I've told you guys before in my last video that, you know, in my Jane Davenport Brights palette, which is the one I use pretty much the most in this journal, just because it's so convenient, and the colors are, you know, so vibrant, but I don't like the green. I don't like any of the greens that, even in this one, I think this is the, what is this one called? Not the gypsy. It's a mermaid. It's like mermaid palette. Glitzy, not gypsy. Almost. It rhymes. But look how many greens are in this one. And I really only like one of the greens. And even then, I wouldn't say that I love it. But you know, it's Jane Davenport. Like I've said a million times, she can do whatever she wants. But yeah, that's just the palette that I use most of the time in my journaling, in my little journal. Yeah, I just had a brain freeze. I'm still having my coffee. Anyway, you guys, I just thought that I would paint with you guys today, and so when I'm kind of bored, you know, or not bored, or when I'm kind of out of inspiration, or out of, you know, like things to paint, I'll just doodle in here. I'll look through my phone and I'll see what I've taken a picture of recently, and if it's something cute that I want to sort of document, I will, you know, I'll paint it. You know, I'll draw it in, I'll doodle it in, and I'll paint it, you know, the next day. Anyway, 4 minutes into the video, and I still haven't got to the point, which is to make art. But I just wanted to, I think what I'm gonna do is, I haven't decided which day I'm going to sort of document. I went to the library. Actually, I went to 2 different libraries around here. One is in Rancho Mirage, if you're familiar with the, you know, the Palm Springs, Coachella Valley area. Such a beautiful library and such a beautiful, like there's an observatory, which I haven't been in, but I'm going to sign up to take a tour. And I want to sign my husband and I up to do like a stargazing kind of party in, not party, but a stargazing kind of appointment. I don't know what they call them. Rendezvous? I don't know what they call them, but they do like stargazing at their observatory. Like I've never been to a library that had an observatory before, but I didn't know if I wanted to document that day that I went to the library. And yeah, that's my exciting life. That's my like super exciting life when going to the library is like exciting. But it is. I love libraries, and I definitely love this library. I, oddly enough, did not take a photo of the front of the library. I did with the one in La Quinta, which is also nearby. But so I'm just kind of trying to decide. Like, so this is a view. This is the view out of the window, and I think this is like a riverbed runoff. Not really a riverbed, but I think this is where they've dug out so that when it does rarely rain here, instead of a mudslide, the water will run off into there, and it looks like a desert scene, which is really cool. I mean, for some people, they would probably think like, oh my God, that's horrible, but not me. I thought it was really pretty. So I'm just going to, let me move this so that I can, and hopefully you guys can see this. I know that there's a lot of weird shadows going on here because it's kind of late in the morning. Usually in the early morning, it's the lighting in here is really nice, but I didn't really sleep well last night. My husband's out of town. He'll be back in town by the time this video goes up. But my husband went to go visit his family in Canada, and usually I go. I mean, we haven't been in years, but his mom is getting older, and he really needed to go see her, and I couldn't get anybody to watch the dog. Well, I don't really know anybody here. I mean, my closest family is my best friend who lives in San Diego, which is about 2 hours away over the mountains. So, and I know she would do it, but she has a daughter, a very young, daughter who's, got summer activities and all kinds of things, and her husband, people have their own life. So until I, find somebody that I can depend on to take care of my dogs, and you guys know how much I love my dogs, it's going to be difficult for me to go out of town. My husband and I do want to, well, I'm not even going to say want to. We're planning to try to go to Hawaii again for vacation, and so for that I'll probably get my nephew from Florida to fly in and stay with my dogs, or my sister if possible. So I'm just, I'm just putting in like basic shapes of the my little desert scene. And you see, like, I'm just like, I'm not even trying to get it really that accurate. I'm just trying to like capture, like the spirit, I guess, or like the feeling of what I saw when I looked out the window, and I'm sure that I will do this scene, this little desert scene again, because I plan to go to this library, more and more. There's some palm trees in the, well, let me get the sort of, because I think it's like, I'm like, yeah, you guys are really impressed with my drawing skills, huh? honestly, I'm a better painter than I am like at drawing, and I think it's because I'm just, you know, I really like to paint loose, and that is just how I paint, and that's how I like to paint. That's the kind of art that I like. I've told you guys that before. But also, this is supposed to be like a little building in the distance with some rocks and some kind of, I think I probably made that too big, but I will fix that. Like, see, I don't even care about the mistakes. I kind of just even leave them there. And so there's like a bunch of, I'm sorry about my nails, by the way. There's a bunch of palm trees. And like you see, like it's not, it's like, what is that? I mean, if I were to like, you know, show this to you, which is what I'm doing now, you would be like, what the H is that? Like, but once it gets painted, it kind of, it all comes together. So, let's see, what else can I, oh, I know, I can paint the observatory. I think I'm pretty sure that I got, yeah, I did, okay. Oh, but it was through my car window, so let's see if I can find a good shot of it. Okay, I think that's gonna be the best thing. I can always paint the library itself later on, and so I don't even know if like, yeah, see, this is how, I mean, this honestly, like, I'm not even trying to get the proportions really that right. I mean, I want it to look like what it is, but even if it doesn't look like what it is, I know what it is. Like, I'm gonna know what it is when I look at it. Anytime I look at it, I'm gonna know what it is. So I don't even really, you know, it doesn't, I don't care. Like, I'm just happy to be doing art. Like, I know, like, I feel like I'm constantly like lecturing people who probably don't even need to be lectured and probably already get it anyway, especially if you're watching my channel, you know, you get it. But it's just like, I meet so many people, and like, even on my Facebook, like, you know, my family members, you know, and people on Facebook that I know, they're always like, gosh, I wish I could do that. And it's like, but you can, like, you can do it. I mean, I'm not like, it's not like I've got all this like wonderful skill here, okay? Like, yeah, I do okay, right? I mean, I'm still kind of learning the, you know, the sort of journaling art style. I'm still kind of learning it, you know, but I feel like it's come easy to me a little bit because, you know, because of the fact that I don't care. I don't care if, you know, if it's totally in proportion. I don't care if it's, you know, pretty. I don't care, you know, I don't care. I'm just happy to like, so these are like little sculptures that are in the picture. But yeah, I don't care. I'm happy to be doing art. And I don't know if I told you guys recently, I know I just filmed a haul, and I mentioned that in my haul, but I don't know if I'm gonna post this haul because it was kind of weird. But I had been feeling a little bit stagnant, which was why I went to the library. I had been feeling a little bit artistically stagnant. So yeah. Do I want to sort of, no, I like to leave it like that. And then let me see if I can find one more just to make it kind of cute. But yeah, as I was saying, I was feeling a little bit stagnant lately, like art-wise, not necessarily art-wise, but in my watercolors, I just felt like I wasn't doing anything, like, I wasn't doing anything that was making me, like, excited, you know? What should I write? I'll write art, since I checked out a bunch of art books. But yeah, I just did not feel like anything that I was doing. I'm gonna make this, this, like, book a little bit bigger. I wasn't happy with what I was making. I wasn't, like, I don't know. It was like when I first got here, when I first moved here, like, oh, I had an explosion of watercolor. Like, I was just, you know, every day I was waking up early and I couldn't wait to I could not wait to paint. You know, I would wake up early. I was waking up at 7 a.m. and I just, like, I could not wait to paint. I could not wait. I would wake up and, you know, get so excited. I would, like, make my coffee and, you know, get in here and paint. What should this book be called? What should this book be called? What was one of the, oh, okay, let's just do drawing. Let's just put drawing. Let's put draw 101. And, I'll put, like, a book that's leaning. I guess that's supposed to be a book. Draw 101. Let's do how to paint. How to paint. So yeah, and then I can journal here. I can write down that I went to the Rancho Mar. I'll just write that down now. Okay, so let's see. Of course, we have the sky. Anyway, what was I saying? What was I telling you guys? Yeah, so my stagnancy. I was just feeling stagnant. And yeah, take a drink every time I say the word stagnant, y'all. But I was just feeling like nothing that I was doing was exciting. Nothing that I think I want this red. Nothing that I was doing, I just was not feeling excited or happy about anything artistically, anything artistic that I was doing. I just didn't feel it. I was just, you know, and like I said, I felt, let's do the sky first. So I'm gonna do, these colors, all these colors in the middle are Cotman colors, and then the rest are, you know, the Jane Davenport colors as, you know, as they come. But I just, cause I needed some more, like I needed some neutrals, and then I needed an ultramarine blue, and like I told you guys, I don't like the greens in here, so I had to get some greens. I mean, I had to add that sap green, because I like the Cotman color. The Cotman sap green, it's okay, like it's workable. It's not my favorite. I told you guys the Van Gogh one was my favorite. But it's, you know, it works. It works for me. And there were some clouds that day. I think I put a little bit too much water down, which is fine. This is not watercolor paper, so I think I'm gonna put some, I'll just do like that to make it look like clouds, right? I don't even know if that works, but it kind of does. I'm gonna soften up that edge, I guess. It's good enough, right? Maybe even add a little bit of white. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it's kind of cool. Ooh. Okay, let me wipe up the excess. I'm playing here, you guys. I'm not even like, I'm not doing anything serious. Okay, so, and I'm not trying to make like a perfect replica of like, you know, what it is. I mean, when I look at it, every time I look at it, I'm gonna know what it is because I've seen it, you know, in person. So it's like, you know, and I wrote what it is. But, you know, I'm just fooling around here. It's morning, I'm having my coffee, and that's what I do. Do I want yellow? I want yellow, but I want it mixed with the burnt sienna. Yeah. Make it look warm and hot, because it really was hot that day. I mean, it's hot here every day, you guys. It's hot every single day. My God. My gosh. What did people do before air conditioning? Like, what did they do, you know? So, I want to work on, like, because there's, like, trees and, like, mountains sort of in the distance. So, I think I'm gonna take some of my sap green and mix it with my, my burnt sienna. Because if I dull it down, it'll look a little bit more far away. And I do want to add a little bit of blue to make it sort of like a grayish green, if that makes any sense. Just so it looks, you know, obviously there's greenery in the distance, but it's far away, you know? And that's how I paint. I mean, that's kind of what I do, guys. I still didn't do the mountains. Let's put some of this green all around and brighten up the green a little bit and put it in these little, because that's what it looks like. There's these little dots of plants, and it's just so surprising to me how much like greenery there really is around, even in places that don't get any water, like because this is the desert. I mean, it's kind of like a desert oasis if you really think about it. I really want to learn more about the environment, you know, the ecosystem here. I need to get some field guides. That's what I should have done while I was at the library. I want to get some field guides that have, you know, pictures and like guides of the local birds and the local plants, like things that grow around here, so that I can paint them and so that I can, you know, enjoy it. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was just trying to tell you guys. But oh yeah, like I was really surprised, and I had been here before. It was very lush. Like I went to Palm Springs a few years ago, my husband and I, for Thanksgiving weekend. And then we spent Thanksgiving with my best friend in San Diego. We drove down over the mountain, and it was so beautiful. But you know, even back then I was just like, how is this place so lush? Like, it's so, you know, there's just so much life here, you know? And it's the desert, so it's you know, it's really surprising to me how, you know, how much life, you know, there is. You know, it's like a paradise for my birds, the birds outside. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue to the blue from the sky to this green, because I'm gonna put the palm trees in, and I'm like, basically it's just like blobs. And then I'll put some more like little blobs, because I'll pencil in the or I'll put some lines in for the tree trunks. And then for tree trunks, my favorite thing to use is ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, but this is not a serious painting. This is just like my, you know, my traveler's notebook, my like little visual diary. And this tree actually had more, like, it had more, you know, it wasn't like, may have to add in some more greenery or some more branches. And I like that. So I want to add a little bit of yellow to the green that I already had there, and just kind of, you know, put it in. I'm gonna put it in. And yeah, and then there's like this little house there that has like a red roof, but I'm gonna just use burnt sienna, and just to, so it's not so bright, I'm gonna add a little bit of ultramarine blue. That way it's like, it's obvious, okay, it's obvious that's a building, that's like a little house in the distance, but it's not standing out, it's just, you know, it's there, it's far away. There is like a mountain range here, and it's kind of purplish, but I think instead of making a purple, because there is no purple, and I haven't really used, I don't think I've used red at all in this painting, I'm just going to make like a very barely there wash of my ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, but I'm using more blue than burnt sienna, so that it's like a grayish kind of, a bluish kind of gray. And I don't even care, I do not care at all that the greens are kind of you know, going into my my mountain range, the greens from the palm trees that I painted. I do not care. So I'm just going to darken that same mixture up with some more, and kind of put in the tree trunks. And I'm just like, I'm like not even trying to make it look realistic at this point. I do not care. I love that it looks weird, you know, I love that it looks weird. I mean, it's obvious this is a tree, there's some desert scene stuff going on. I do want some of these, I want some bushes. There's like more bushes. But yeah, it's like, I mean, anybody looking at it is like, you know, knows what it is. I think this is obviously like a scene, like a little landscape scene. I think I want some more of that bright green over here, because I feel like the yellow sort of brings this tree forward, and it brings these forward. And yeah, so there's my little scene. Should I do the observatory because it's so weird looking? Yeah, let's do it. I'm just going to use the same mixture for the sky, burnt sienna, not burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, and this, whatever that blue is. I don't remember what it was called. I call it phthalo blue. I feel like it's a phthalo blue to me, but it's a little bit too bright. I always add a little bit of ultramarine to it. It's weird too because I really did not, I really didn't like painting on, you know, this traveler's notebook paper, and I remember seeing so many people here on YouTube that I watch and that I love doing it, and I just remember thinking, like, how could you paint on that paper? It's awful. You should be using watercolor paper. It's such a I try not to be, but you know, every once in a while the art snob in me just, you know, comes out. I hate art snobs too, but I think I've been influenced by so many, because every single art teacher I've ever had in my life, not just growing up, but as an adult also, is an art snob. So like, you know, like things, and they're not just art snobs, they're traditionalists, you know, when it comes to art. Like, things should be done this way. Things should always be done a certain way. You should not break the rules of art, and which is actually pretty contradictory when I think about it, because I feel like art is really all about, you know, breaking rules, right? Pushing the boundaries, right? I mean, that's not what I'm doing here on this channel. I'm just kind of, you know, fooling around, like, because that's what I do in my life anyway. I just do whatever I want, and, you know, whatever, who cares? But anyway, my point that I'm trying to make is that's the reason why I was always so hesitant to, you know, to try to do something different in my traveler's notebook, because I felt like I'm not using it the way it should be used, you know, the way everybody else is using it, and I don't want to use it the way you know, so-and-so is using it, because you're breaking a watercolor rule. You should be painting on, you know, watercolor paper. And I had to, I don't know, I had to let go of that. I had to stop, you know, being silly about it. And I don't know what happened, but just one day I some sap green in here, some green. One day when we got here, I just started painting in here. There was no other reason. It was probably just because that's what was nearby, and I was too lazy to get up and, you know, get my watercolor sketchbook. That seems more like plausible, like, to be honest. And I just found that I enjoyed it, so I'm glad that I did. I'm really glad that I did. Let me add some white, because I kind of want it to look like sand, kind of. And this dome is like white, and white doesn't really show up on this paper, but there's a little bit of a bluish shadow here, like on the side here, because the sun was coming that way. I mean, for all I'm always, you know, oh, I don't really care. I mean, I do care. I'm saying that playfully. Of course, I do care, you know. But what I mean is that I don't care if nobody likes it, as long as I like it, you know. Which was why I was having such a difficult time feeling, you know, stagnant, because I didn't like it. I did not like the art that I was making, and that was very, very, I'm not going to say it was difficult, you know, for me. I mean, my gosh, there's other problems in the world to be, you know, more depressed about. But it was very, it was frustrating. It wasn't depressing. It was just like really frustrating because you know, I love to make art. So I'm going to darken up this shadow because that's like supposed to be like the side of the building, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, it's important for me to at least to like what I'm doing, and I just didn't like what I was doing. I didn't like anything about what I was doing. Let's see. I feel like just to make it, I don't know, just to make it kind of cool, I do want to put some shadows. I mean, it's not really that important, but like it's not, you know, even though this is not a serious piece, I don't know, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, feeling good. Feeling good about this little weird drawing. I'm just gonna leave that alone. But yeah. I know, this is a very silly piece. This is not, you know, my best work. This doesn't even come anywhere near, I think, how pretty this piece is, or even like even this piece. But I like it because it documented my day, you know, and I think this is what is getting me out of my stagnant feeling, my artistic kind of watercolor stagnancy, because like I was saying, like I was so excited about what I was doing when I first got here, and I realized it's because I was working in my traveler's notebook, and I was trying, like, see, even this, like, look at that. Just lemon, and this is our lemon tree in the backyard, like a really silly little sketch of the lemon tree in the backyard, and there's no ripe lemons on it, and so I just wanted to document that I want lemonade so bad. We've been drinking so much orange juice because we make orange juice all the time with the oranges. We've got 3 orange trees in the backyard, and we've depleted all of the oranges that we can reach. All of the good oranges are like now all at the top, and we can't reach them to make orange juice, so we're kind of giving the tree a break. There's tons and tons and tons of unripe oranges, so in a couple months here we'll be back in business. So we'll be able to eat and drink orange juice again. But as far as my lemon tree, that's, you know, everything is still green. I'm still waiting for everything to get ripe. But anyway, I don't remember what date this was, so I'm just gonna put July 2018. That was when I went. I'm not really that, you know, I don't really care that much about dates. You know, I don't have to be, doesn't have to be, you know, like this is the date. But it's kind of, for me, I think it's kind of weird because, not weird, I'm not that concerned about dates in this one anyway, because sometimes the date that I went, or the date that I did something that I'm documenting in my traveler's notebook, and the day that I'm actually documenting it and the day that I'm painting it is never the same. So it's easier for me to just you know, put the month. But yeah, so I'm happy with my little piece here. I'm happy with my little journal spread, and it feels good to be, you know, excited to be painting again. I felt for so long that it was sort of like a task, like, well, I gotta do a watercolor, and like, I hate that feeling. I'm usually super excited about anything that I'm painting, any kind of art that I'm making, and I just wasn't. So so it just, the best decision that I made was to go back into my traveler's notebook, which is kind of what lit the you know, it kind of lit on fire, you know, my excitement about painting here since I moved here anyway. So I'm just going to continue painting in here until it's time to just kind of like move on. You know what? I just realized that I messed up that sky. I didn't bring it down. Oops. Let me do that. Let me do that before I end this video. Oops. I'm like, yeah, see? And I think this is why, is that I'm just like, I can be loose in here and I can have fun in here and I don't have to worry about, oh, this doesn't look right, the proportions are off, you know, it looks horrible, because I'm purposely doing it quick and easy and who cares and loose, and that's the kind of art that I like to make. I was trying to be too tight. I was trying to paint too tight, and I don't like painting tight. Anyway, I know I'm talking to myself, but I was really excited to be with you guys today and hang out with you guys. Tomorrow, well, no, not tomorrow, Saturday. So today is Wednesday. Today's a Wednesday. As of this video, Saturday is my birthday, and I'll be turning 42. My best friend's coming to visit me for the weekend and spend my birthday with me and her 2 daughters. And my husband's out of town visiting his mom. Like I said, he'll be home the day after tomorrow. So yeah, once this video goes up, I will be 42. So wish me a happy birthday, you guys. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me while I did this, you know, silly little page. I'll be doing so much more on this channel, and I'm so excited to be back in my traveler's notebook. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like and subscribe if you like art videos, and I will see you again really soon. Go out and do something or make something that makes you happy and brings you joy in your life, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.